So, piggybacking off our video from yesterday, Daniel Jeremiah did go ahead and release his mock draft, which obviously is 4 quarterbacks selected in the first 8 picks. And I'll be honest with you, his mock draft is kind of crazy, to be honest. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So, starting off right away, like every analyst at this point, they all say that Caleb Williams is going number 1 to the Bears. I still personally believe this is a mistake for the Bears, but that's just my personal opinion. I think that they should trade out of this pick, go ahead and get themselves a bag, and even if they are truly, we're not, fans of Justin Fields, then take another quarterback, in this draft that could be your franchise quarterback, and you get yourself a bag so you have an insurance policy if it doesn't work out. I still think that they should trade a bag for this pick. Me personally. They did it last year. I think it would be smart for them to do it this year. They could even trade a bag and drop to number 7 or something. They already have number 9. It's not a big deal. Number 2 is Drake May, which I think is a interesting but kind of makes sense type of pick. Drake May and Caleb Williams, 1A, 1B. And in most drafts, Drake May would be the best quarterback available here. Would be number 1 for Drake May. Number 3 is Marvin Harrison Jr. This is something that I feel like I'd be very interested to see the Patriots do, but at the same time, it would not surprise me. So what they have here is, if they take Marvin Harrison Jr., right, over a quarterback, Bo Nix or whoever they choose here, this would come down to the fact that they signed a veteran quarterback in free agency, and they want to build around that veteran quarterback. Whether that's Kirk Cousins or whoever else, that's why they would take a veteran a wide receiver here over him. Because, as I've said many times, every quarterback in this draft class could 1,000% be a bust. I think Caleb Williams is safest, but even then, I don't think he's the safest option possible, and neither is, I don't think, Drake May. I think Drake May is going to be great, but again, he's not the safest option. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the safest option from an offensive perspective in this draft class. It goes Marvin Harrison Jr., then it goes Brock Bowers from a skill position. I'm not talking about offensive linemen, I'm talking about just skill positions. Those are the 2 safest options. So I'm not against the idea of the Patriots taking him here, but this really piggybacks on the idea that they took a quarterback in free agency. Which quarterback would they go for? Well, that's up to no longer Bill Belichick, Gerard Mayo now. That's so weird. I'm sorry I keep turning on my webcam. My allergies are going crazy. I'm not trying to sneeze on camera. Malik Neighbors goes number 4 to the Cardinals. I think this makes sense because they would go with Marvin Harrison Jr. if they could. Joe Watt goes number 5 to the Chargers. And what you're going to see real quickly here is Daniel Jeremiah has Brock Bowers dropping very quickly. And there's no reason why he's dropping very quickly. It comes down to the simple fact of this draft is going to go one of a couple different ways. Okay? You're going to have a huge run on quarterbacks, right? Where every quarterback in this draft class that's considered good goes within the top 10 picks. When that happens, because you have teams at that point trading up, because you're not going to have these teams, the teams right now are not going to be taking quarterbacks like that. But when you have teams trade up and keep trading up to try to get these quarterbacks, it pushes a lot of great players down the board. We see it every single year. So that's option 1. Option 2 is there's going to be a run on offensive linemen in this draft class because there's a lot of good offensive linemen. So you're going to see a lot of these picks early be offensive linemen, which pushes back some other skill positions, and then the rest of them, the wide receivers, they start going, and now Brock Bowers is available at 18, or whoever is available at 18, right? So that's kind of the mentality how this draft's going to go. It's either going to go like just what we see right here, which is just normal, a run on linemen, or a run on quarterbacks. And again, nobody knows until the draft actually happens. Okay, so he has Jaden Daniels going number 6 to the New York Giants. So they're going to move on from Danny Dimes, which I don't think is the most outlandish take of all time. He does say in here that he doesn't do trades or trade projections yet this early in the process. So, for example, like I said before, he would have Jaden Daniels going earlier than this, which would go into the perspective of teams trading up to get a quarterback. So just keep that in mind that in this perspective, he would have had him going earlier, and he probably would have the Giants traded up. Titans go with the Penn State guy. J.J. McCarthy goes to the Falcons. Yeah, so he has like a lot of quarterbacks going in the top 10 here. Wow, 4 quarterbacks going here. Bears go to wide receiver, Romeo Duzay, which, to be honest, Duzay is one of the best receivers in the draft, if not the best receiver outside of Marvin Harrison Jr. So, kind of interesting. The Bears get him at 9 here. Fuaga goes to the New York Jets. Interesting, okay. Dallas Turner goes to the Minnesota Vikings. Jared Verse goes to the Broncos. Terry and Arnold go to the Raiders. JT Latham goes to the Saints. Nate Wiggins goes to the Colts. And Byron Murphy goes to the Seahawks. And Quinton Mitchell goes to the Jags. And then we get Brock Bowers. And to be honest, at this pick, the only other... I was going to say the only other, but... Yeah, no. At this pick, there's no one else you're taking over Brock Bowers. So it's not even a question. You're not taking... Mims is not going over... Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, my computer just crashed. But yeah, you're not taking Mims over Bowers. You're not taking Tyler Guyton over Bowers. You're not taking Latu over Bowers or Thomas Jr. over Bowers. Yeah, no. So, out of how this draft has kind of panned out, every player that you potentially could take over Bowers, like I said, J.C. Latham, Fuaga, that's pretty much it. The Penn State Joe Alt, that's pretty much it. Again, like I said, listen, at the end of the day, I don't think Brock Bowers is going to be available, and I'm not going to sit here and hold, or pray and everything that we're going to get him, because I did that last year with Sam Laporta or Mike Mayer or Dalton Kincaid, and it didn't happen. So I'm kind of in the mindset here of, if we get Brock Bowers, I will be very happy and very excited, and I will be like, wow, this is going to be a great pick for us. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of expecting, to take a tackle and kind of accept the fact that we get Tyler Guyton in this pick. If we take Tyler Guyton over Brock Bowers, I think the whole fan base will be very disappointed, as myself included. But at the same time, I think if Brock Bowers is available, we take him. And I think that really is the best pick here. But again, like I said, it really comes down to if he's available or not, which right now, nobody knows, right? This is a thing we saw last year where we thought that Michael Mayer was going to go top 25. He didn't. We saw Sam Laporta would go top first round. He didn't go first round. So you never know at the end of the day. But I will say again, like I said many times, I'm not against the idea when people say we're going to get Brock Bowers. It's just, I feel like, personally speaking wise, if J.C. Latham's on the board, or Fuaga is on the board, or Penn State guys on the board, any of these guys on the board, yeah, no, I'm more amped to see us take them, but no, I can't say that. If Brock Bowers is on the board, you take him. But if he's not on the board, these other guys, if we took them over Brock Bowers, I would be disappointed, but I'd understand it. We took J.C. Latham, who is literally a right tackle. The guy is humongous. He can't really play a lot of tackle because of his size, but he is a right tackle. If we take him, love it. If we take him over Brock Bowers, gonna have to take a couple, shots of vodka, but I'm gonna get through it. Okay, I'm just kidding, but no, I'm okay with that. I will accept that. I will understand that I am not Cincinnati Bengals and I have no right to pick who they want to pick. That's what I'll say about that one. But yeah, so again, like I said, Brock Bowers is number 1. He's always been number 1, but right tackle is definitely number 2 if he's available. I don't think he'll be available personally at 18, but as Daniel Jeremiah kind of goes into the draft here, it's very possible that we see a run for quarterbacks. We see some position dropping. And if that's the case, then yeah, we're going to see ourselves with Brock Bowers, and we're going to have to also build in the second round, another offensive lineman. So in the 1.0 mock draft, he had us going with J.C. Latham. So first round, he has going J.C. Latham. In this 2.0 of this mock draft, he has going Brock Bowers. Interesting. Where does he have Brock Bowers going in the first one? He has him going 15 to the Colts. So that's not surprising at all. Then he has us going Brock Bowers then, because if he's already dropping the 15 in his mocks, then clearly that's going to be that. But at the same time, again, as he said, he doesn't do trades or trade projections here. So trades completely throw a monkey wrench into all this, because if they trade for somebody or trade for quarterback, it pushes players down anyway, which allows certain guys to get open / available to pick. So tell me down below your thoughts, opinions, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.